everyone, it's 2ZO here. I've... What the... Oh, okay. Something about 3 hours of recording. Okay. I think I'm okay. I'm here to do a video on what I think the top 10 decks are going to be for this new format as of Duelist Alliance being released. There's been like one tournament posted on TCG Player, so I guess that's like the only reference in particular, and there weren't even 10 different decks that topped that event. So, and they showed like top 16. It was an open of sorts, like it was a TCG Player open, I believe. I believe that's what they're called. I don't know for sure. So I mean that I took that into effect, and then the rest of it, since there hasn't been any other events, I took from locals, like my locals. That's basically like what has occurred at my locals to end point as to what would be good or not good. So my predictions for best decks, I guess, number one would have to be Shadows. There were like 6 or 7 Shadow decks that topped that event. So if it's not actually that good, there are a lot of people playing it already. Like the deck just came out officially a week ago. Like within a week's time, I'm gonna assume it was last weekend. So within the days that it was out, there were at least 8 people, give or take. You know, there was a good amount of people who already had the deck built, were already playing it, already ready to play it, and topped the event with it. Therefore, based on fact, the deck has to be good. That's you can't really contradict fact. Like Dragon Rulers, for a fact, were number 1. Spellbooks were a fact, number 2. Dragon Ruler 2.0 was for a fact the top deck of that format. Inzectors were for, well, that's a little bit different. Like the fact based wise, there were like 3 good decks that were just kind of, you know, back and forth. Each one would top events fairly regularly. You'd have windups and Dino Rabbits and Inzectors top events, but that's like based on the facts that those decks were all really good, and so those were all the best deck of the format. Like you can play any 3 of those decks and do substantially well, or have a really good chance of doing well. So moving on, shadows are a big thing. Yeah, they can be splashed with artifacts. They can be splashed with Caius. Apparently Caius is splashing. I don't know. I just play Caius in the deck, and Wyver Burster and Calypstarpent. Sorry if I'm butchering names, but the Black Dragon, White Dragon that came out of Jodel? I want to say Jodel. No, it's Shadow Specters. I just had to wait for it. Like I have my screen up here, yes, but like it doesn't have anything on it. So yeah, that deck's good, obviously. It's been proven. Number 2 deck, Tellarknights. They had like 3 or 4 top that event as well. So, you know, based on the fact, deck's obviously decent. I think the deck's really cool. I like the whole idea of, you know, summon this dude, summon this dude, summon this dude, normal summon Altair, summon Vega, summon Deneb. Okay, so there's 3. They do 3s, and then they make their Dealt Heroes turn 1. Yay for Dealt Heroes. Middle finger extended. I'll be nice. I won't flip off everyone, including myself, because I'm looking at myself. But you know, you summon, exceed. You know, and do some damage with an All-Sham. Moving on to number 3 would be Yangzing. There were 2 of those that topped the open. I really love the deck. I think it's really cool. Just, I'm afloat all day long. Never run out of monsters until, you know, I've floated a lot. It's just, that's all that deck does, is it floats a lot, and then it brings out like Abaxia that's unaffected by traps and spells and has plus 500 attack and defense. How do you deal? That kind of stuff. Or it summons a Black Rose that your opponent can't. They can only warning. They can't break through it. They can't finish it because it just kind of says nope, ain't happening, bruh. I ain't about that life. Or it summons an Armades just to wreck its own opponents, by making it with a trap one. So that's 3. So I guess you can make it with 2 of the trap ones. You can make it with 1 wind, 1 earth. So yeah, there's really cool stuff within that. There were 2 of those that topped. Another deck that topped 2 of those, there were 2 Lightsworn Rulers. So I guess that deck's still good. Deck seems like trash to me. I just don't like the deck. I feel like the deck is too luck-based, and there isn't enough skill involved in the deck because it's just too simple. I just feel like the deck's too simple to play. You like don't have to actually have too much knowledge of the game in order to play it. That's my opinion. I mean, other people have their opinions on the deck. That is my opinion. I did, in fact, play the deck for a couple weeks. I almost played it at Nationals, but I went like X3 at a local, and so I was like, screw that, switched to Sylvans, and then at Nationals, I had a $200 budget, and I got Middle Chase, and been playing that deck ever since. I love that deck. I had the wrong build at Nationals, that's why I did not play well at Nationals. I'm hoping to do really well this weekend, because I'm playing at a regional in Des Moines, Iowa, on the 23rd. So that's, yeah, Middle Chase. Number 5 on the list is Infernities. That was basically the last different deck that topped that event. I mean, the deck also won Nats, so, and that was like, Nats didn't help that deck. It in fact weakened it because they had Armageddon Knight at 1, so they couldn't play as many as they wanted to. Well, I mean, you may not have wanted to. You may have just been okay with playing double Gruffer, single Armageddon Knight. But I mean, you couldn't play double Armageddon Knight, single Gruffer. You had to play double Gruffer, Armageddon Knight instead. So that's I love that deck. I used to play that deck. It actually made my head hurt from thinking. It's because you just, all the stuff that you have to do when you can't mess up, or you just like get AF'd and blown away. You just can't beat it. It sucks. It really does. It sucks a lot. So that's it for basically the provided information based on major events. Next I go to my locals. So number 6, I put Burning Abyss. This is actually my last 2 locals in a row that won both of them. So I hope the deck's good. Otherwise, I've been getting sacked. Oh, I feel like I got sacked anyways. I know the time that I actually played it, I lost to a BLS top decked, like straight up top decked a BLS, and game. It was kind of dumb. But like it beat Shadows. It's beaten Hat. It's beaten plenty of other things. Like, I don't know. I think he lost to Teller Knights, but that was because that dude was like playing Burn Knights. It was busted. Like, he just kept spamming all sham, all sham, all sham, all sham, and then Black Ship, and then somehow he was bouncing his Black Ship back to his extra deck, and then he cowboyed for game, so it was like all burn damage the entire game. So yeah, Teller Knights. And then number 7, Madolches, of course, haha. I've topped every single local I've gone to or every single event that I've gone to since I got back from vacation after Nationals. And I topped everyone except for one. I actually went I went 2-2. That's what it was. I went 2-2 at locals last Saturday, actually. That was the time I lost the Burning Abyss. He was X1, by the way. It was round 2. I got down paired and then effed. and he won. So I guess it's not that bad. And then I lost Hat. I don't normally have a bad matchup against Hat, but then I also lost to it on Sunday in Swiss, and then I played the dude again in top 4. Yes, top 4. No, top 8. Top 8. Top 8. I won in time. I would have won, like, I could have won the turn that I won in time, but because it was time, I just didn't play it out. I was like, alright, we're done. I don't want to keep playing, and then I had to play this against Shadows for top 4 instantly, because he was already ready to go. So yeah, that was a bitch. Oh, my phone's going off. So better make this quick. Number 8, Mermails. I think that deck's really cool. I love that deck, actually. I have never played it myself, like, fully. I've played it... I had a friend who had most of the deck except for, like, Dracossack, and I played that for, like, a week or 2, and then I sold that, or we sold that, I guess. And then, like, a whole bunch of others. Like, I've built the deck 3 or 4 times, minus Dracossack, and just sold it. And one of my friends plays it right now. He just actually got a Dracossack thanks to me. I own a third of a Dracossack. My Yang Zing path went into it. So yeah, we've declared that I own a third of that Dracossack. We've thought about... We were discussing as to whether or not it would be legal to have an extra deck monster without a picture, because that was the part that I decided I would take as my 1/3. We're not actually gonna cut this Dracossack, but that was the hilarious part about it. Number 9 is Bujin. I think the deck's trash. That deck actually makes me want to throw up. But it's hop forward on my Friday event, and so I think that deck's just really cool. I mean, cool in the sense that it wins, I guess. Yeah. And then Hat, because that top forward Saturday, Saturday, Sunday. I beat the shit out of the one on Friday, and that was the one that topped Saturday. And I didn't play him on Saturday, so that kind of just goes into effect. But, like, I think that deck's good. I still think that deck's, like, it's still not a deck that I will ever play. I will not play the deck. I might play Shadows. I most likely will play Yang Zing. I think Tellarknight's cool. I might play them at some point. We'll see. My binder's, like, really beefed out right now because I just, like, said screw Sylvans, and I have, like, X-Sabers in that book, and I feel like there's another deck in that book that I can't think of. There's basically Lightsworn Rulers in there. I mean, there was a Big Eye, there was a Lavalval Chain, Felgran. There was a Castel until I sold that. Yeah, like, my binder got really beefed up. But I'm putting Hat as my number 10 because that topped 2 times. I just don't think I think that deck's garbage. I mean, that's my personal opinion there. But in that, I hope y'all enjoyed. Just recap. Number 1, I believe, is Shadows. Number 2, I believe, is Tellarknights. Number 3, I believe, is Yang Zing. 4, Lightsworn Rulers. 5, Infernities. 6, Burning Abyss. 7, Candy. 8, I think I said 6, Candy. Alright, 8, Mermails. 9, Bujin. And 10, Hat. So yeah, hope y'all enjoy it. If you guys would like to leave more suggestions for videos down below. Down low. Get low, ladies. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Leave a like if you enjoyed. And I'll see you all in the next video of whatever I happen to make.